Hey guys, Peter Franson here from christiangeekcentral.com and Spirit Blade Productions. Welcome to what I'm calling the Two Worlds Chronicles. The first game in the short-lived Two Worlds series, consisting of just Two Worlds and Two Worlds 2, was one of my favorite RPGs of all time. I played it after it kind of was criticized a lot for talking itself up too much, and discovered that despite the totally inappropriate hype, I really enjoyed what it had to offer me in particular. That said, it's a game that has a lot of problems and shortcomings, and so I have these strange mixed feelings about this game that I love passionately in a number of ways and am totally annoyed by in a number of other ways. So I thought it might make an interesting playthrough. Back in, I think it was 2016, I started recording myself playing the game from start to finish, and now I've edited down all of those play sessions into a series of videos that I'm hoping you'll enjoy. The playthrough series will largely be me reacting to the things that I really love and I'm really annoyed by in this game, but I'm also going to stop from time to time and talk about the theological and philosophical themes that popped out at me that I totally had forgotten were there. This first video is kind of front-loaded with just some story stuff, some cutscenes and stuff, and so that's for those of you that might care about this playthrough at all for its representation of the story of Two Worlds. I do try to just let some cutscenes play in some of the pivotal moments so that if you want to kind of get the story of Two Worlds and have a little bit of context for my playthrough, you can have that. But I'm also going to try and put a little note in the description below so that you can skip right ahead past this front-loaded kind of plot introduction exposition part of this first video. After this first video, there won't be a lot of cutscenes and exposition and stuff that I stop to take in, because it's largely an open world sandbox game. It just stops very rarely to do any kind of plot exposition. Anyway, I had a great time both loving and hating on this game, so I hope you'll enjoy some of that experience with me. Thanks for watching.
Alright, sitting down to play some Two Worlds. I've been starved for a open world fantasy RPG, and I've sucked all the life I think out of Oblivion and Skyrim. I've played this once before, haven't played it thoroughly and really soaked up all the content and experience from it that I possibly can. So I'm coming back to it now, while I wait for Bethesda to make me another Elder Scrolls game. This game was heralded by the marketing team for it, I believe, as the Oblivion killer. It came out about a year, I think, after Oblivion did. And it is not an Oblivion killer. Graphics are nothing really special. Frame rate, especially on the 360, is really pretty choppy at times. Controls aren't always the best. But I think if you take that marketing away, you've got actually a really solid experience here if you're into just open world looting and crafting and free roaming. And if graphics are not a big issue for you, then you can still have a great time with this game. But probably only if you turn the volume all the way down. The voice acting, I believe it was done by the development staff as opposed to voice actors. And the voice acting only serves to bring out the extremely cheesy nature of the script, to the point where you could sit down and just choose to interpret it all as a tongue-in-cheek joke, as though the game is ingeniously making fun of all kinds of RPG cliches rather than using them and thinking that they're cool and they're working. First time I played this game, I listened to just a few lines of dialogue and then I was like, nope, and I just turned that dialogue volume all the way down. This time through, just to kind of enrich my experience of it the second time through, I'm gonna try and leave the dialogue enabled. Alright, here we go.
The death of Azeroth, the god of the orcs, put an end to the advance of his hordes through Untitled. Crushed by their defeat, the invaders fled south to mourn their leader. The victors refused to surrender Azeroth's corpse to the orcs, swiftly sealing it for eternity in a magical casket. With the death of Azeroth, the continent became infested with the taint. And there came a strange new magic to the land.
Alright, I mean, it's kind of a cool opening. I feel like the first thing
I had to do was go talk to the orcs and say, guys, your god died. Could he really have been worth all that much excitement and adoration?
Why did you not tell me? You will bleed to death.
'Tis just a flesh wound. We must ride on.
You passed out. This wound may become infected if I do not see to it.
Let us go on. Please.
Hush. They will not find us in such a storm as this. You must rest. So you thought you could escape me? The building is empty. We can pass the night here. Kira? Kira? Kira! Where can I find the village elder?
Are you that bounty hunter? Not many of you left in Talmont, eh?
Aye. Look upon a rarity while you can, for I shall be gone soon.
The village elder will be here directly. They have found another body.
I shall wait.
Your sister is alive. Be in Talmont during the second week of harvest. Wait for us there. We will find you. Be patient, and no one will be harmed.
'Tis the harvest season here now.
Two people are still missing.
Did you look in the ruins? I shall need a guide. I want to be there before sunset.
Some people came to Cormoran when you left. They asked for you.
People. Tell me more. Swiftly now.
Warriors. Hard ones. Not very friendly. One of them stayed to await your return.
Oh crap, where's my weapon?
Say hello to death.
You are not an easy man to follow. It took us months to find you.
Hold. Who are you?
My name is Gandahar. The message you received was from me.
I came to Talmont as soon as I read it. Why are you so cautious?
My masters will tell you everything. I am only a messenger.
Where is my sister?
I saw her only a few days ago. I can assure you that she is in good health. Nothing will happen to her if you do as we say.
If you harm one hair of her head.
You waste my time. Do you know the Goat's Cave south of here? My masters await you there.
So we finally meet. My name is Reist Tungard.
Where is Kira?
In a safe place, where she will stay until you finish your mission for us.
Carry out the Reist's commands and free your sister.
They will never set her free when they have what they want.
I also believe that. But I am here to make sure that this will not happen. I have indeed pledged my allegiance to Reist, but I also owe it to your sister.
I cannot understand the reasons behind your actions, so why should I trust you?
If you do not believe me, ask Kira.
It worked. Oh, I'm so glad to see you.
Kira, the only thing that I want is your freedom. I will do what I must, even if it means bowing to their will.
Those people, and chiefly that Reist, are looking for something that once belonged to our family. It must not fall into their hands. You do not have to believe that the relic has any power, but it must be destroyed. Speak with Gundahar. He will tell you more.
Your family obtained a rare relic from the war. It was kept in your family for several decades until they decided to break it into pieces and take them away.
Only the orcs believe that Azira sleeps somewhere and awaits his return.
Whatever you think, Reist wants you to bring him the relic and open the tomb. The relic was to be destroyed, but then someone decided to put a curse on it instead. And only descendants of your family line are immune to this curse. I know how Kira can be saved. We must convince Reist to release her before the opening ritual is over.
Oof, reminds me of Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning, where, you know, it wasn't long before I was just like, skip dialogue, just give me the next quest. And then I can keep track of whatever story I want to in my quest log. Instead of having to wade through these conversations, I can just, you know, give me the Reader's Digest version. Will you say that today, Reader's Digest? No, you'd say, like, give me the Twitter version. Give me the tweet. Alright, let's just go to the closest quest markers. How about that? Horse controls are kind of interesting because you just push forward and then he kind of gets going. Oh, who's attacking me? Oh, dang. And then if you want him to stop, you gotta actually pull back on the left trigger, so it makes it feel a little bit more like you're controlling like a live animal with a will of its own. Because he can kind of get away from you if you are not purposeful about controlling him. Nice. I think that is just some dude growling that they pitched down. That does not sound anything like a bear.
I'm totally a bear.
Have you brought me the rope?
Here, take it. I just gave you the rope. Why am I given the option to...
If I were a betting man, I would say...
Weird.
Farewell.
What is that? Oh, that's a ghost. Crap. Are you friendly?
Behold.
Yeah! You know, for all the ugliness of this game, in terms of the visuals, one thing I will give it, the load times are so much better than any Bethesda RPG I've played. Let's cook that up. Oh my gosh! 61. Effect lasts for 16 seconds. Well, man, in the pinch, that might be all I need. So, yeah, I'm gonna give this a name. That's a nice upgrade. Oh, that feels so good.
That's for you. Heal me.
I just did.
This took years of work with black magic. They all said it was not possible. Ha! You have now seen how well it works.
And I am not sure that I like it either.
No, you like it.
What do you mean? 'Tis a true wonder. Do not wander far, mercenary. I have another task for you.
Oh, teach me your power. Oh, no way. Fare thee well, dude. We like this guy.
I hope we meet again soon.
Yeah, me too. In fact, let's talk again right now about what I can do for you next as your dark disciple. Quest solved, more rope? What? I don't understand.
Have you seen any rope of late or not? You are the traitor. The old necromancer told us everything eating his torture started. and you will scream
Oh,
for the news
crap.
before long, worm.
Oh my gosh, it is on! You just killed me? I gotta reload my save. I gotta handle that differently.
We've nipped it in the bud. The necromancer is probably hung by now, and we'll capture the second culprit too. He's coming here. So move along now.
I hope you catch the swine.
Crap! Am I in trouble for that? Nobody cares? Excellent. Any goodies in here? I would love to get necromancer stuff.
Let's try that.
Yeah, baby! Nice. I want it all. Ooh, is this a camp over here that I need to wipe out? Sure is. Is there a bear behind me? Oh my gosh, there totally is. That took long enough. Pretty cool though. I feel like my magic's definitely getting stronger than my melee. It's kind of where I'd like to be. Alright, I gotta drink something that's gonna boost my strength. Boost it for a while. Strength by 8. Cook before use. So maybe if I cook this right now, see what that does for me. Strength by 9. It lasts 3 minutes. Let's drink it. Okay, for 3 minutes. Gotta work fast. Okay, I gotta get to that town. I'm almost there. I need a merchant! You're not a merchant. You're not a merchant. Merchant. Merchant! Somebody.
Can I help you?
I need a merchant before this strength potion wears out. I'm gonna stop moving any second now. Are you a merchant? Oh, crap. Are there really no merchants? Okay, I gotta use the teleport then. Come on, baby, come on, we can make it. Merchant, merchant, merchant. Made it! Whew. I can't believe I made it. That's so cool. Having so much fun. Love to rub my ear. Oh my gosh! I did not see that coming. Oh my gosh! Frickin' one hit from that guy.
What's that?
Oh, dude. Yeah, baby. Upgrade my fireball spell. Teleport.
Oh, how opportune.
What is opportune, pray?
I sense that you are ready to accept the secret law.
Yeah.
And start channeling your energy more profitably.
Yes, I am.
The gates to the 4 realms of magic can be open to you.
Yeah.
For a small donation, of course.
Fine.
1,000 gold and the key
jeez.
to one of the gates is yours.
Alright, I gotta go kill people so I can come back and learn some magic. Oh no, I'm starting to feel tired. Might have to stop soon. It's not even 9 o'clock yet. It's not there.
We founded our new guild based on the dwarves' trading rules. 20 years ago, we changed the name to the Merchants Association, and so it has been to this day.
Oh man, I zoned out for a lot of that.
I have told you too much already.
Yes, you
Any
have.
other questions?
Alright, let's rock.
Die!
Oh my... Oh, good. I thought he killed me in one hit. Jeez. Oh no. Did I fall off and I'm not supposed to fall off here? Oh crap. Come on, leap.
Leap, you can make it. It's not that high, come on. Oh my gosh. There we go. Come on, game. You can do it. There we go. Oh, come on. A little higher. Almost got it. Oh, I gotta go all the way around here. Come on. It's that flapping sound. It's freaking me out.
Hold. Who's there?
Only a sad traveler in search of good spirits.
Haven't you heard?
Oh, good thing I saved. Not the most stable game in the world.
Drip, drip, drop.
Drip, drip, drop. Rated R. This guy's always in trailer voice.
Die, Kerr.
Rated R. Oh, that's a goblin. Oh, crap! 2 of those mage things. You know what? You guys chase me back to the Maliel Shrine? You guys up for that? Come on. Boom! Oh! Oh!
Die.
That's right, punk. Oh, nice. Upgrade my fireball, baby. Freaking looting in this game rocks.
Let's have a look.
Oh, nice. Oh, yes. Power!
One day Ultakaga and his lieutenants will hang in the Tarbakan marketplace.
Oh my gosh.
I'll put the noose around their necks myself.
That's some selective cockney going on there. Man, those birds are still freaking loud. Oh my gosh. I thought I turned them down. Okay, is the birds the environment? Let's turn environment all the way down. That sucks though, because I like the sound of the rain. Take a little bit of birds. Ah, they're still a little on the loud side. Jeez. How loud can they get? Let's see here. All the way up, baby. Ah, dang.
Welcome, traveler.
Oh my gosh. I just want to hear a little bit of birds, just so they're pretty. Oh!
Interesting company.
Oh! Oh! Oh, wait, no, get it out. Oh, man. Yes!
That's what you get.
That is what you get. Oh! Who? Who dares to draw fire upon me?
I told myself not to count on anyone.
What do you mean you told yourself? Didn't I do your quest? What was your quest? I'm pretty sure I did your quest. Horse. Oh, that's so cool. Okay. Oh my gosh, I can start cooking these things. Oh, dang! Those dragon scales are awesome! Ooh, I should be increasing my alchemy. Jeez. Oh, man. Oh, I love the systems in this game. Okay, just did some quick reading up on how alchemy works. Again, I don't have the instruction booklet, so maybe this information's in there, but in any case, I'm going to get the best effects out of all these materials if my alchemy skill is maxed, so I'm actually going to reload my save before I started experimenting, and now that I have a place to store crap, I'm just going to go around picking the crap out of every flower I find, and I'll just bring it all back to my horse. Meanwhile, I'll slowly boost up my alchemy skill so that once my alchemy's maxed out, then I'll come back to my awesome supply of ingredients and I'll start cooking up a storm. Yeah! Oh, stop kicking crap in my eyes. Ugh, what a pain. Bite me! Oh, no damage worth mentioning. Okay. Oh, dang, look at all you guys. I really hope I'm hitting you all at once, am I? It's a freaking skeleton army. Ah! Come on, baby. Come on. Oh, dang. Okay, they're hurting you. You gotta do something. Oh, crap. I might not be ready for this dungeon. Jeez. Okay, I gotta go. I can't clean out the rest of this dungeon.
much better.
Man, that hardly takes any mana either. That's cool. I'm quite self-sufficient. Oh! Oh, jeez, okay. He just looks funny. I thought he was a living one coming to get me. Nice. Just overloading must drop some items to move quickly. Oh, okay, my potions ran out. Nice. Really do like this score. I'd be interested in the story behind the making of this game. You know, just the corners they had to cut in terms of voice acting and graphics and whatever. But also understanding, you know, the guys who created the systems, because the systems are so strong. And the choices they made with the scoring itself, this like kind of rock orchestral hybrid, and they go back and forth between two different kind of sound styles. It's really interesting. I just discovered an interesting tidbit. There's the song that plays at the main menu has a vocalist singing. It's got lyrics to it. It's a female vocalist. And it's got some interesting lyrics to it. I mean, most of them are kind of like vague and, you know, could mean a bunch of different things. But the lyrics of the chorus are very interesting. She says, searching for the true religion, I trust the faith inside my heart. Until the truth reveals the secret, till then I'll play the game. And I don't know what all that means, but I guess I'm particularly interested in the phrase searching for the true religion. I don't know if that relates to the plot with the orcs and their god having died, and, you know, what's their place now, what are they supposed to do, or I don't know what relevance it has to the story. I'll kind of have to see if it has any, you know, noticeable relevance. Maybe in a weird postmodern way it has no relevance to the story, and it's just whatever you want it to mean is what it means to you, you know, I don't know. But just the fact that they use the phrase searching for the true religion in a time where we really don't like that idea. We don't like the idea that there's a true religion. We want to say that, like, all of them, you know, have elements of truth, or they're all true, or whatever. So that lyric just kind of jumped out to me, and I wanted to understand, you know, the lyrics as best as I could. I looked them up online, but that in particular jumped out to me. So we'll see what bearing, if any, it has on the story as the game moves forward. Oh, what is that? Dead Knight. Oh, there's a bunch of them. Oh. Oh, come on. I should have saved right before going in. And I didn't. It's my fault. Almost as frustrating as a game that kills me is a game that kills itself. Come on, there we go. Making me nervous now, game.
You have found the pack of wolves near the excavations and eliminated them. Return to Harbin for the reward.
Well, that definitely eats up mana. What's behind me? Oh, dang! What is that? Oh my gosh! Let's rock, dude. I'm not super impressed with that sound effect for the fire. I could almost be a guy making that sound on a microphone. How much damage to me, though? Oh, dang! Holy crap!
Your dedication to the House of Skeldon is truly remarkable.
Oh, man.
Do you know why I wanted to see you?
Did this guy record his dialogue in a
Because
bucket?
of Ultar Karga and his rebels, right?
Indeed. I have chased Ultar for 5 years, but he's like an eel. My house rewards loyalty well, but punishes treachery terribly.
Well, it's a lot of lip action to say,
I take my leave of you. I take my leave of you, bro. I take my leave of you.
I don't think he's gonna stop. He's still going. Okay. Okay, the graphics on this game might suck.
It's certainly not the prettiest thing to look at. It's got horrible voice acting. It definitely has a bunch of issues. But Bethesda, take note. Okay, watch this. Here I go. Here's a door. Okay, open door. Walk in. Look at that. That's amazing. What's up? Oh crap! That thing is tough! Okay, time to run. Oh man. I don't know what this thing is, but I'm thinking he's gonna give me some sweet, sweet XP once I kill him. Oh boy. Almost got him. Oh, keep moving. Stick and move, stick and move. Oh, fire! You got him. You got this. Boom! Yeah! Oof. What a beastie.
Let's have a look.
Oh man, that is some weak loot. At least I picked up a good amount of XP probably, I hope. That's my guy. He's supposed to be saying fare thee well. He just likes flaps his lips incoherently without end until I press A.
Yes, this healing shrine will be helpful when I begin the slaughter.
I tried to heal humans and animals, if time allows.
Indeed, you must have much to do.
I was hoping he was a necromancer.
Much indeed.
The mountain paths call me farewell. 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 The open road calls me, 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 the open road.
I do not fight wenches, Skeldon.
But I will fight you and slaughter you all.
I believed I could trust you.
Then you're a fool!
Enemies.
There we go. Alright, I don't even see any guards coming after me. Guess you all felt I was just in my execution of that impetuous fool! I love just the sense of progression in this game. It's like every play session I probably advance 2 levels. And in between raising levels, I'm able to find new gear. And I'm able to upgrade my equipment, you know, and there's just always this sense of progression, you know, useful progression. Whereas compared to a game like, say, Diablo 3, there comes a point where the crap that you find, you know, is just not frequently that great, you know, or maybe it'll upgrade one part of you, but I'm feeling like I am not to the point where I'm like in my menu too often, which can sometimes happen with you know, loot and progression based action RPGs, but I feel like I'm just constantly making progression in some way through some facet of the game's mechanisms. So that's super fun for me.
Would 5,000 titillate your taste buds?
Aye, a lip smacker indeed.
That's how you do it, Bethesda. That's how you do it. Walked up and down 2 floors of that building, and then I went right out the door into the rest of the city. It's an ugly city, but the way I walk into it is a beautiful thing.
My wife nags me every time I try to sleep, day and night. She is not here, but the minute I go to bed, she will appear in my dreams, which then swiftly become nightmares.
You guys gotta sit down and talk about this, man.
She appears in your dreams?
She's dead, you know. She can hardly come in person.
Oh, crap.
Your dead wife haunts your dreams?
Guess you can't talk about it.
Even if I were able, I would not tell you.
I can make you speak, old one.
That's right.
I was ready for death long before I started to work for Rice.
We're gonna work the kneecaps.
What has this to do with Azeral?
Not everyone believes that he wanted to rule the world. There is another legend, much vaunted by the orcs, which says that Aziral wanted to lead the world to eternal life.
Huh.
These orcs, do they also have souls?
Ask the gods.
Interesting. So Aziral, the god of the orcs who died, is rumored to have desired to lead... Did he say the orcs or everybody to eternal life? Interesting. Okay. Come on, baby. There we go. I always get a little nervous when it freezes, especially that long. Usually when the disc icon is spinning in the bottom right corner, I'm okay. But every once in a while it'll also stutter and just freeze briefly without the disc icon, which can, on some occasions, turn into like a full-blown game freeze-up. Far fewer load screens in this game than a Bethesda RPG. That's one. Oh, that makes me a little nervous. But the trade-off is, I think, probably some of this weird stutteriness and, well, there are many prices I pay while I play this game. But none of them have to do with the mechanisms and systems of the game design. Love everything about all that stuff.
He is not my master. Sigius is exceptional. Even those old geeks from the council could not block his advance to power.
Geeks?
The society has never known anyone of his age in its highest ranks.
Says ancients.
Sigius and I follow the ancient legends of the orcs from Gorgamar. We are hoping to find the origins of their belief in Aziral as a savior and messiah.
Huh.
Their belief in Aziral brought them here from the lands far in the south, beyond the Drakkar Desert. 'Tis fascinating, and despite the absence of Aziral, they live as if he were among them. There are not many who wish to know more of the orcs.
Aye, people treat them like barbarians. But when you consider their history, 'tis hard not to, I admit.
It's really interesting. So Aziral is apparently both a savior and a messiah. She used both of those words to describe Aziral, and this is the god who died. And that's really interesting. It seems like they're going for, you know, a Christ metaphor, but the difference between Christ's death and the death of Aziral, as I understand it here, is that Aziral died as a god, whereas Christ died in his humanity. I mean, I think poetically we might say, and sometimes songs will say, you know, that God died, but that's... Theologically, I don't think that's really accurate to say that God actually died. Christ died in his humanity, because in his godhood, he is he's completely eternal, and you know, he's unkillable. He didn't cease to be when he died on the cross. Anyway, I'm just curious where this is going to go, because what seemed to be like, you know, Aziral being just like, you know, one among many gods in this polytheistic world, which is very common in fantasy. Now it's looking like he's having more and more qualities intended to parallel Christ. There was one thing they mentioned about his followers that I don't know if it's intentional or not. Probably not. But you know, they mentioned that the orcs are very like barbaric, and people think of them as like, you know, barbaric and evil and stuff like that. And I suppose you could argue that the same is true of Christians, that, you know, it's pretty common to kind of vilify them. There's certainly been movements in history associated with Christianity. Whether the people that were involved in them were actually Christians or not, there's some debate there. I think it was probably a mix of both, like, you know, and say like the Inquisition and the horrible, you know, things that were going on there, the Crusades and things like that. I think probably what you had there was a mix of people who were not believers and a mix of people who were believers participating, and they had just fallen so far, partially in ignorance and partially of their own will, away from the teaching of Scripture, and following something else, following some kind of thing that they were hoping would gratify them about the Crusades, or, you know, dominating others, or something like that. I don't know, but at any rate, you know, that is part of history that is associated with Christianity, and so a lot of people kind of hang on to that and use things like that, or more modern day things that make juicy headlines, as opposed to talking about the good ministry and things that Christian organizations are doing all over the world. The juicier headlines, of course, are the ones that show hypocrisy among Christians and evil, among Christians and stuff. And so I think that there's probably a number of people that, when they hear the word Christian, would maybe associate them, or maybe would think that a race of orcs is an appropriate parallel. But anyway, blah blah blah. I'm saying way too much on that because I really doubt that that's intended to be any kind of commentary or parallel. But for now, they definitely have my attention with how they're treating Azeral as this god who died. Oh, and she also mentioned that his followers live as if he was still among them, and there's a sense that we as believers, we are absolutely meant to live as though Christ is among us, because he is among us through the Holy Spirit. Now, Christ himself, in his resurrected body, he has a location somewhere, but it's because he retained his physical body after his resurrection. But he's with his followers through the Holy Spirit, and so we live in relationship with him, in daily relationship with him. And so that's another interesting parallel. So I've played through this whole game before. I don't remember any of this from last time. It's probably because I had the dialogue turned off and I was just like breezing through, okay, give me the next quest marker, tell me where to go. And so this time around I'm paying more attention to the dialogue, and I can't believe I didn't notice this before. This is really interesting stuff. It'll be kind of curious. I'm very curious to see where it goes. We're going to follow this path a little bit. You told me that Azeral is a savior for the orcs. Why do you think this?
You never had a chance to learn their mythology, did you? There is a surprising depth in it, and that is strange for so primitive a race.
Mayhap they repeat what they have heard elsewhere.
Nay, their beliefs are truly unique. Orc society actually shows signs of sophistication in many aspects, but their social development has returned to a state of near barbarism.
Why is Azeral so important to them?
Orcs must have lived south of Jakar, but they emigrated suddenly and followed Azeral up here until they had to bow in defeat before the Alliance.
Aye, but before they were beaten, they burned half of the continent.
They just listened to their god. If your god appeared before you and told you to go and conquer, what would you do?
I do not know, lass. The gods do not speak to me all that often.
Orcs wage war until they get what they want.
Obedience to a dead god?
Sigius and I found out that it is desperation. They believe that they are doomed.
A bold statement indeed.
I know. 'Tis fact that their beliefs tell them that Azeral is their only way to salvation. When a new god is born, he may or may not be given the power to give souls to their creations. Azeral was one of the may nots.
That is indeed strange.
Indeed, but not so far distant from our own beliefs.
If the orcs were created by Azeral, as the legends say, then they have no souls. Good for them. This causes less trouble in life.
One of the orc myths says that Azeral received a mystical vision when in meditation in the desert. Soon after, the orcs left the south and marched here. Orc legends tell of a great battle at the end of the world. Warriors from all the generations will stand back to back against the ancients. Orcs believe that only those who have souls will take part in this battle. The rest will be rejected and destroyed for eternity.
Do you believe in these legends?
The orcs do. According to their myths, they are the only chance this world has to battle evil from outside. But they were not given a chance to serve. Ironic, think you not?
Ironic, aye, but dangerous too. It explains why they are all fanatics.
Orc prophecies are scarce, and 'tis hard to find written records. But sooner or later we will know what drives them. We can only hope that Catalan does not fall before we do.
Wow, there's so much there, and I can't stop in the middle of dialogue, which I think really sucks. That's a feature that really, a feature that's lacking from this game, the ability to pause in the middle of dialogue. Not there. And I can't go back either. There were so many little things peppered throughout there that I just wanted to stop. Ooh, let's look at that and think about that. There was definitely a sense of exclusivity as far as like how salvation is obtained. You know, Jesus says, I am the way and the truth and the life, and no one comes to the Father but through me. People just don't like that idea. They want to choose another way to have eternal life and joy and fulfillment and pleasure after death that does not require them to be subject to God. They just want to have other options, and so people really do not like the idea that God would say, no, there's one way. I'm God. I know what your problems are. I know how they can be fixed and how they can't be fixed. And what I'm telling you is I'm the only way that can fix what's wrong with you. So you need to come to me for that, you know. So yeah, that really rubs people the wrong way because they want their freedom from the rule that God is entitled to have in our lives. I want to be free of God's rule many times when I'm not in my right mind, when I'm just thinking in the moment and what I want, what will give me pleasure in the moment. You know, in a very short-sighted way, it is definitely my tendency to want to not be subject to the rule of God. But He is completely wise, and when we subject ourselves to Him, He is proven, if not immediately, which many times He is, then certainly in the long run, you know, He just knows how reality works and what we're meant to do and how we can be fulfilled and how our problems and our wounds can be fixed and repaired, and yeah, He just knows. But anyway, I just noticed that there was this talk of, you know, their God being the only way to salvation. They're doomed unless their God will save them. But they have this very bleak outlook. They're very bummed because their God is dead. And they are looking to find a way to resurrect Him, to provide rebirth for Him through maybe some kind of ritual or something. We'll see kind of where that goes. But of course the big difference there is Christ did not require anyone's assistance to be raised to life. It was the Holy Spirit with whom Christ Himself is one. So it was God Himself that raised Christ from the dead, you know, and He didn't require anybody else, didn't require His followers to go and be really good and make sacrifices or do some ritual or whatever, you know. Anyway, interesting stuff.
I'll tell you one thing that's a bummer about this, is that, you know, in addition to the game being buggy, like having frame rate issues and stuff, the quest system can be kind of buggy too. I mean, I'll give you some examples here. These are all my quests on the right. And let's see. Covengore. Oh yeah, the husband of Maxia Calvo will cooperate with the house just as Ebrat Skeldon planned. Go and inform Ebrat that he may commence his attack, but you can also help Maxia to get out of prison to foil Ebrat's plans. No, I can't. I can't talk to Ebrat Skeldon because he's not at the excavation site anymore. He and all of his troops left, and Maxia, who was a prisoner there, is not there. I went back and visited. But they keep this quest in here instead of like saying quest failed and wiping it out of my quest log. It stays in there. It's a quest I can't finish. Which is a little bit of a bummer. It's not, you know, it more so than the Elder Scrolls games that I've played. You can potentially make a number of quests impossible to finish if you tackle another set of quests or do them in a specific order or something. I mean, like, I was trying to kind of play both sides and get the most quests I possibly could out of this game. But it wasn't obvious to me when finishing one quest was going to cancel out another. And I guess at the end of the day, that's fine.
But then at least if they would give me a notification saying, failed at quest, blah, like this quest is no longer possible, I could say, oh, never mind then, let me not do this quest yet, and reload my last save. And sometimes they'll let you know that you failed a quest, but not always. And this breaking a will thing, it's impossible for me to finish now. I've looked at some guides online, and there's no way out of it. And that's just one example. Let's look at some more. Let's see, can I do meaning business? Yes, okay, so I can do these. This one, Shadows Over the Family, can't finish this. Because it's, again, dependent on going to find out why, see it says in the middle halfway there, find out why someone hired bandits to steal from the excavation's transport. Well, there's no one at the excavations I could talk to. I talked to everybody at the excavations anyway to figure out what was at the bottom of this. Ultimately I couldn't figure it out, and little did I know that advancing through the quest at the excavation site would eventually lead to cutting off my ability to finish this quest. Yet it's still there, haunting me. A paid murder. Let's see here. I might be able to still do this one, but I'm not sure. Let's see. Excavations. That's this shouldn't even. The excavations quest set shouldn't even be there anymore. Yeah. So there's definitely some of these that I can do, but it's just annoying to see quests still on there that I'm not able to complete. I guess at the end of the day, Skyrim had some of those too. I mean, by the time I finished Skyrim, I have like maybe 12 quests or 5 quests or something that, I either can't finish or they kind of regenerated themselves, or they're not marked as completed, or I did complete them but they didn't get marked as completed or whatever. That's usually the case. I actually completed it, but it's not marked as complete. But these I couldn't even, I couldn't complete. I can't complete them, and they're still kind of haunting me. So that's annoying, but I guess at the end of the day, it's not hugely different from Skyrim. But when I'm playing a game like Skyrim, usually I don't collect a set of, like 5 quests that I can't finish until I've put 100 or 200 hours in. But this game, I've only put in close to 15 hours of playtime. So it's kind of a bummer to see so early into this big open world game these sets of quests that are just going to be haunting me and clogging up space and making it tiresome to figure out, okay, what do I have left to do, because I have to sift through and try to remember, oh yeah, that's one of the ones I can't complete, so that's a bit lame. My trigger finger gets tired after a while. I'm just hammering on it. I have to switch fingers. Might be nice if this was a button instead of a trigger. And the combat in this game isn't great. It's just kind of serviceable, but still satisfying. If I built myself as a melee guy, it would not be taking me like 6 or whatever hits to kill these guys. They'd be going down a whole lot faster. Oh, more. These skeletons are coming out of the woodwork. Would you let... I've been disarmed? Oh, I hate that.
Let's have a look.
Oh, that's so annoying. See, that's one of the reasons I was looking forward to building myself as a mage, because, you know what, you get disarmed as a mage, that's fine. I still got a fistful of fireball to put in your face! What? Where are these guys coming from? Where the crap am I? Oh my gosh! Oh, health! Health! Jeez! Alright, good gravy! Yeah, I'm knee-deep in skeletons. I looted 3 skeletons without even having to move. There's loot everywhere! Just like I like it. Hey guys. Jeez, there's a convention down here. Yep, right here. Oh, jeez. Oh, this is just obnoxious. Oh my gosh. You gotta run a little bit. This is insane. Look at all these guys. Keep knocking me down? That's insane, dude. Look how many of these guys there are. At least they're not disarming me. Knock on bone. Problem is, as is the case with many of these open world games, is you can't mark places, put your own markers on the map. I mean, you can sometimes, but not in this game. And so once I find a dungeon, I want to be sure I explore it completely so I don't forget about it and miss out on the loot that's there. Jeez, look at this. Sound design really makes a big deal to me, and I really like the sounds of looting. When you're rifling through someone's, some dead body's clothes and stuff, or you have the jingling of coins or the rustle of fabric. And the sounds of selling your stuff, you know? Like that little wooden sound. I love that sound. Earlier tonight after getting off work, I was feeling too tired to be able to focus and really didn't feel like playing this game at the time.
Very friendly.
So I watched an episode of The Walking Dead and took half a caffeine pill and drank some Pepsi. I take half caffeine pills instead of drinking coffee because I hate the taste of coffee. And I'm trying to cut down on soda, but obviously I had a soda as well as half a caffeine pill tonight. And that got me all energized and ready to play. I hate being so tired at the end of the day that I'm too tired to play. What I should really do is just go to sleep, but I'm not disciplined enough for that. I wish I was. Oh, it was my shadow. I got scared of my shadow. Yeah, I mean, if the progression system wasn't so satisfying to me, this dungeon would be frickin' the most boring thing in the world. All I've been fighting is skeletons. Different, slightly bigger skeletons, fire skeletons, a couple of ice skeletons. Oh man, it's almost time to go to bed. I gotta finish this dungeon before I go to bed. I just gotta. This is a cool spell system. So all these boosters I slot into these kind of like compartments of my necklace or whatever. I can have 3 spells equipped at one time, and then I can take boosters from down in the booster scroll and put them up into these little slots here to further customize each spell, in addition to the customization I get from stacking. Like I have 4 copies of Magic Hammer, which makes it more powerful for the same amount of mana. And then I've also got a booster on it, and you can stack the boosters as well. Sweet! I gotta go to bed. I'm gonna take on this quest to get these catapults back from these orcs who stole them. I got like some special armor that'll make me look like an orc that I think I'm supposed to use for this mission. I've got it along, but if I disguise myself, I can't kill them. If I can't kill them, I can't loot them. So I think I'm just going to lay waste to them. Let's rock. Oh, here is a bit of good news that I just got today. And we'll see how things pan out. But time capsule to the past. On March 3rd, 2016, Pater was pretty excited to learn that No Man's Sky is not going to require you to play online. You can play offline, Sean Murray, head developer, said. That is news I was waiting for. Ugh, I was so afraid it was going to be this online game, or that it would at least require you to have PlayStation Plus in order to play it online. And I don't play online games. I am a solitary video game player. I don't want to hang out with anybody. Just you, of course, but you're just a camera, so... Now, if I'm going to play multiplayer, I'd much rather be a board game, like sitting down at a table or at couches, hanging out with people, and you know, not even couch co-op I'm not really interested in, but like a board game where you're playing together and not competitively. I'm not interested at all in competition. I don't have the character fortitude for competition. Yeah, I was telling somebody once why I avoided competition, that I didn't like competition.
Let's have a look.
And what they identified in me was that, oh, so your issue is not that you're not competitive, because that's what I used to say, I'm the least competitive person in the world. But they said, actually, you're very competitive, and that's why you avoid it altogether. And it's like, oh, crap, you're right. I'm overly competitive. I attach my self-worth to how I rank compared to other people. And that's sin. That's my flesh that's doing that. And I'm trying to give that over to the Holy Spirit and more see the world as it is, and as God tells us that it is, but it just does not come naturally to me to avoid comparing myself to others and find my worth solely in the righteousness of Christ. Southern Note. Oh, my sister's there. Maybe I should go talk to my sister. Let's talk to my sister.
I am so happy to see you again.
How do you feel, Kira?
Poorly. It has never been so hard to use a node.
I would feel so weird hanging around my sister if she was wearing a low-cut dress like that.
Neither one of my sisters would
feel the presence of
ever
something
wear
at this very
a
moment.
dress like that, so I don't think I have anything to worry about. Most of the time, this auto-aim works really nicely.
Getting better.
There we go. Yes, I am getting better. Oh, nice. And gaining a level gets me all my mana back? Sweet.
That's for you.
That is for you. Creepy sounds. Making me nervous.
It's getting hot here.
Oh! Scary. Intimidating. This fire shield does not do me many favors. Ah, crap! I feel like it's kind of hard to get the damage I really want to get out of being a mage. But then again, I am doing all this attacking from far away. What do you think of me? Oh.
Ah, very interesting.
Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't know you felt that way. Alright, as soon as I know how to kill stone golems, you're all gonna die. My lady turned the bedroom fan on, which means she's getting in bed. And I want to read in bed.
You seek
And
something,
she doesn't like it when I get
perchance?
there too late and turn the light on after I arrive, so just in case she's turning the... Oh yeah, I was just talking about you. Don't come on camera just yet. So just in case she's gonna turn her light off right away, I'm gonna shut this down so I can get in bed and turn my light on before she goes to turn all the lights off. Yes?
Just coming to say goodnight.
Where are you? Because you're about to turn your light off? Oh, dang. I'm just in time. Alright, so I just got back from that men's retreat, which went really well. Did not sleep well, but I was able to get in a little nap this afternoon, so now I am back into Two Worlds. And I actually wasn't planning on recording while I played this, but then I started doing a little side quest here that was like, oh, you know, this would be an interesting little bit to talk about. So
Good day.
So I'll give you the idea of the quest here. The quest is, I am the real one. This one here. And it reads, Anon Moha, a mage of good repute, had a replica of himself made. Now he regrets that decision and wants you to help him. He needs to get back the mirror used in the ritual, a mirror taken by his apprentice. So I need to talk to the apprentice, find the mage's apprentice, and convince him to return to the mage. Now these ideas of like replication are pretty frequently used in both sci-fi and fantasy. We saw it in Farscape, we see it in The Imposter, which is based on, I think, the Philip K. Dick novel. I don't know if it's of the same name or a short story or something like that, you know. But they often bring up these questions of like being and what are we, you know, like just questions of anthropology, you know, what is our substance, what makes us who we are? Is it possible to just copy us? Are we just the sum of these collected memories, or are we more than that? Is there a non-physical component to who we are? And of course, as a Bible-believing Christian, I believe absolutely, yes, there is a non-physical component to who we are. And anyway, so that all those kinds of ideas and views of the world and views of reality and what a human is come into play when you play a story like this sometimes, depending on how they treat it. And these guys actually touch on some of those things a little bit.
Who are you?
Anon sent me.
Stay back. I will not give you the mirror.
But he wants the same as you, to get rid of the replica.
Ha! But which one is the replica?
Does it really matter?
Aye, it does. My mentor taught me for nigh on 2 years. I grew attached to him, and I owe him this.
If they are one and the same, and no one can tell the difference, why then all this trouble?
That is not the point. I am not sure what the point is. But verily, I will not permit the replica to kill my mentor.
You will have to decide sometime. What will you do? Toss a coin in the air?
Though Carmios might know which is which, it was his work. If you find that out from him, the mirror is yours.
So now the hero in this story, he says, if they're one and the same, if no one can tell the difference, then what's the big problem? And that is, I think, reflective of a relativistic view of reality. And by that I mean that reality is just what I can perceive. And if I can't perceive a difference, then objectively there is no difference. You know, that reality is just what I make it, what I am capable of perceiving, and whatever I'm not capable of perceiving of reality is irrelevant, and it may as not be real. They might even go so far as to say it is not real unless I can perceive it. And really, I don't take that view of reality. Reality is, I mean, the way I would define reality is that which is true according to God's perception. And God's perception being perfect and flawless and unlimited and unhindered in any way is going to absolutely represent reality. So even if you and I, and there's no human in existence that can tell whether or not this, machine is a real person or not, or which one of these replicas is the real one or not, even if we cannot discern the difference, there is a difference. Just because we can't perceive it doesn't mean that there is no difference. Unless you're dealing with a purely fantastical concept, which they may be in this story of, yeah, there is no difference, and that's just kind of the conceit that you have to accept, But then how do you make sense of that? Well, in the realm of fantasy, there's not usually a concern over how to make sense of it, because it's not science fiction. It's just like magic. Sure, it's whatever we want it to be so that we can tell the kind of story or play with the kind of ideas that we want to play with. And of course, sci-fi can play as fantasy as well without a concern over, the nuts and bolts and the technobabble of it all, which is, like how a show like Farscape often operated. More like a fantasy than science fiction, despite having, high-tech, futuristic tech types of trappings. But anyway, let's look at my responses here.
What if you give the mirror to Anon's double? How will you know?
I will not know, but I will do my utmost to do the right thing. I want my mentor, not the other one.
Farewell, Esperon.
Safe journey, stranger.
Alright, so now I gotta go talk to this Archmage. I feel like sometimes when they have stories about copies of real people, the conflict that they're trying to place in the mind of the audience, or the player in this case, is what makes us real humans. What would make one of these guys more real and more original than the other. And I feel like often they're trying to create conflict in your mind, and of course that conflict will exist in your mind if there's question in your mind about whether or not there is a non-physical component to a human being. If there's no non-physical component to a human being, then maybe there are some legitimate questions that you could ask about which one of these guys is the real one and which is not, if they are absolutely identical. But since I believe there's a non-physical component to people, I'd have to ask, did they make a copy of his soul in the process? This guy is just treating them just like tools. He's not treating this mage that was copied or split or whatever. He's treating him just like a tool, not like a person. So I guess my moral choice here is to be content to have this mage treated like a tool and not a human being, or to value his humanity and try to honor his request to have the replica of him destroyed, if I can figure out which one is the replica. Well, I don't want to obtain the mirror for this guy, because I want to understand the replication process better. If one of them is just a copy and they're not like a real person, they're just like a copy that no observer can tell the difference of, but I could use a magic stone to tell that they're actually just a fake kind of like fantasy version of a robot copy, then I would gladly destroy that, because it's just a deceitful simulation. But they're not clear on what happened during the copying process, and I'm not even sure I would want to make the argument that it would be sacrilegious in some way to suggest that a person through some means could create another soul from an existing soul, because we don't really understand where our souls come from. There's actually some arguments that could be made from Scripture that our souls themselves, the immaterial part of who we are, is in some way derived from
the immaterial parts of our parents. That's an interesting rabbit trail I could follow. I can't obviously dig into that right now. Let's see. I will obtain the mirror for you, which means I'm content to have these two replicas exist. I'm afraid that if I choose one of these now, I'm kind of committing to that course of action and I won't be able to play both sides. So just in case this is me having to make my decision now, I want to be careful here. I will obtain the mirror for you means that I don't care one way or the other if this replica is a real person or not. And I'm content to also treat this mage like he's just a tool and I can do what I want with his body and the copies of it that I create. I don't want to take that position. It is unjust, to keep the replica against the will of the real mage. Well, yeah, if there's a real mage, then I would agree with that. Problem is, I don't understand the replication process, but I guess I'll err on the side of caution until I know what this replica is. Whether it's just a really convincing simulation, or if they're saying here that it is actually a real new person that's been created. I don't know. So for now, I'm going to err on the side of caution.
But no one knows who is the real mage.
Not yet.
'Tis not natural, I grant you that, but 'tis for the good of all.
Aye, but if the mage himself does not like it...
Ah, but which one is he?
Is it lawful to make a replica of someone,
Mayhap. Mayhap not, but name me a ruler who would object to two good mages instead of one, huh?
See, I really don't want to obtain the mirror for this guy, but I'm not seeing any other way to advance the quest. I've tried the other route and taken it as far as I think I can, so I guess I'm going to see if this will help me advance the quest. There does come a point where I kind of get tired of walking back and forth to solve quest objectives. I'm just kind of retracing my steps a lot.
What did Lokar Mayo say? Do you know which one is real?
So they give him the option to lie and say, yeah, he put a small mark on their necks, and I just tell them apart, which makes me out to be taking the position of, it doesn't matter, I don't care. Either I don't care, or it doesn't matter and there is no difference. So I'm going to be honest.
Try harder. He must have some way to tell them apart.
Oh my gosh, you're really just going to make me walk back to him? Oh my gosh. I'm going to be disappointed if they force me into only one way to finish this quest line. There's just a lot of backtracking and illusion of choices to ultimately force me down one path. Yep, I have to go back and lie to the kid. That's the only way they're going to let me get out of this. That is frickin' dumb, dude.
Have you finally got the information? Indeed. Will you be able to tell them apart?
Aye, I believe so.
Yes, I can totally do that.
Give it to the real one. Be very careful. It must be the real Anon.
You give me the chance to fess up?
What?
Neither you nor anyone else can tell the difference. Therefore, he is the real one.
Try harder. He must have some way to tell them apart.
Mayhap he is, though mayhap he is not.
Hold! You confuse me. I am nervous enough.
Oh, good. I got the magical mirror out of it. Destroy the mage's copy. It's getting late. I want to finish this quest. All right, well, let's talk to this good fellow.
My apprentice claims I am not I and refuses to work. I tried to tell him I am I, but he says that is what the other I also said. There is currently a double of me in that next village. My apprentice was very upset by the...
Why not?
He refuses to believe I am the real one. I prithee, talk some sense into... You must take my word for that, friend.
I do not know what to believe.
I looked up a solution online. It said you can give the mirror to the guy in Catalan, and you get more money out of the deal, so I'll just do that. Well, I don't know. I don't need money. I need experience. Let's just give it to this guy.
Forsooth. Until I have my apprentice back, my business is closed.
So wait, your business is closed until you get your apprentice back? Well, that might help me make my decision. Well, the game seems to be making the decision for me. They're not giving me the option to give it to the other guy, they're just giving me the option to give it to this guy. Nice, okay. Had to stop my recording there because I got a text message from somebody who's
Just kind of asking some deep questions about faith and life, and you're just kind of wanting some thoughts on kind of a next step from where they're at. So that's a little more important than video games, I suppose, huh? Oh, this guy. Maybe I should just go kill him since I'm not going to do any work for him. I'll kill him later. Maybe he'll give me some other quest. In the end, I'm killing everybody in this world. In an open world RPG like this, that is the final stage. If you want to see everything, do everything, and get everything, everyone must die! Necromancer, huh? Oh man, zombie horse? I can have that zombie horse? What is this? Did this game freeze on me? Don't freeze. Don't freeze, I love you. I love you, come back to me. Oh dang it, when did I last save? Oh, really? Oh my gosh, I gotta fight all those guys again! Oh, feels good just to hear that little squishy sound as I pick up whatever the crap I'm picking up from them. Games like this, they just make me look forward to the next chance I have to do a gaming marathon. And my next one actually coming up for my birthday. It's not like Extra Life, because this is a marathon that I'm gonna be recording probably during, but not streaming. Which is nice, because like this, I don't have to be on. I can just, when I've got something to say, I can say it, and when I don't, I can just know that I will not be using that footage later on. So this is definitely I think my preferred way of creating game footage, at least picture-in-picture game footage. But, you know, I'm going to do a marathon for my birthday. I've done it for a few years. It used to be board games, and I used to invite a bunch of people over and just have like a whole day of board games. Since adding 2 little boys to our home, I've more and more begun to appreciate those times where I get to be alone and by myself, and so increasingly my special birthday gaming days have become more of a solo affair. And last year was the first time I made it like a video game thing instead of a board game thing. I called it a Getting Older Game-a-thon. And it was mostly just me playing by myself. I did have a 3-hour stretch of time where I invited, you know, some of the guys from the College 20s group to come over. This year I'm not even doing that. Monday the 11th, which is when my birthday is, I'll just play video games. From the time I wake up to the time I go to bed, I'll be gaming. And that is actually like the better type of marathon, the more enjoyable marathon, because it'll be about the same length as all the best parts of Extra Life. Which Extra Life is awesome from about 7 or 8 a.m. after I've kind of woken up, unless the NyQuil's still fighting me, until about 11 o'clock. And that's about the stretch of time I plan to game for my Getting Older Game-a-thon. You know, the graphics are nothing special, but I do appreciate the sound design in many respects. I don't like that one fire spell that just sounds like but I like the crunchy footsteps. Quite enjoyable. Alright, coming back to this after a little bit of a break, I actually wanted something that was just a little bit more challenging, and so I went back to Far Cry 4 for a while. But now I'm ready to come back to this for a bit. Yeah, I really do not like how they do quest markers in this game, because sometimes it sends you to where you need to go to fulfill the next part of the quest, and other times it just puts a marker on there for where you got the quest. I'm like, well, what good is that to me? I'm of the opinion that if a game has a day-night cycle, it ought to have a built-in option to wait for a certain amount of time to pass. Man, do I really just gotta wait for the day to pass here? Oh, they're on the move. We all going home for the night? Yeah? Great, yeah, just head home.
It's good. That's right. Everybody head on home. Oh crap! Where did this guy come from? Alright, let's try that again. I'm gonna wait longer this time, dude. Till you have no one to save you. Yeah, why don't you go on home for the night? I kind of broke this quest, so I think the only way to get the key that I need to get into the dungeon to finish another quest is to kill this guy. I'm supposed to be doing a quest for him, but that didn't work out. So I'm gonna kill him and just take the key I need.
Let's see.
Yes. What is that? Big snake man? Oh, I'm hardly doing any damage to him. Holy crap. Oh, jeez! Oh, out of mana! I mean, I'm a little disappointed in how I'm doing, like, as a magic user. I feel like if I have a finite source like mana to do my magic, I ought to be able to, like, do a lot more damage than this. Then again, my weapon can't get knocked out of my hand, so there is that. Let's rock, baby! I was listening to a talk at the from a previous game developers conference in which someone had done some research into the addictiveness in games, the addictiveness that's often built into games, and how game developers, they were talking specifically about mobile games, but they have been known to specifically and strategically create addictive games as opposed to the most gratifying game experience that their players could have. You know, much like the philosophy behind potato chips, those are designed specifically not to give you the best flavor experience, but to give you a taste that you like and then leave you with a slightly different aftertaste that makes you want to have just one more to kind of counter that aftertaste. But it does make me wonder, with an open world game like this, am I really enjoying this, or am I just experiencing some of those addictive qualities that make me want to play it more and more? And there is a little bit of an addictive quality, you know, much like potato chips, but I'm not talking about like clinical addiction and that, like, oh my gosh, this is a terrible thing we have to stay away from. But I would like to have my time spent in gaming leave me satisfied at the end more often than it leaves me wishing I could have time to do just one more quest, you know. And that is a problem with these open world games, you know. It's not just the I feel pretty confident that it's not just the addictive qualities that keep me coming back to them. It is the experience itself of being in an open world and growing in strength and exploring, you know, all those elements I really enjoy. But I do think there's an addictive element in that. I seem to remember, you know, that when I would finish an evening playing BioShock, I would like to play some more, but at the same time I feel like at the end of a BioShock session, I have been satisfied to possibly a larger degree than when I finish, say, a Skyrim session or a two-world session. I always hate it a bit when I end a night and I feel like, I didn't get what I wanted out of that experience, but I'll bet I would have if I had just a little bit more time. Maybe that's an indicator that I need to move on to a different game. I don't know. Yeah, I'll just have to kind of keep an eye on that. Yeah, at this point I'm skipping through the dialogue in most encounters to, you know, get on with the quest. Not because I hate the voice acting, it's actually not as bad as I remember it being the first time around, but because, you know, I don't really care about story. That said, I do like to have a little bit of story to help me feel like I'm affecting the world. Just enough story to show me that I'm making a difference and I'm changing things in this world. That's part of the fantasy as well that I like to enjoy. You have to do this quest, you have to solve the quest, and this is where the system can kind of fall apart, is you'll have these different quests, but in order to, they're interconnected, and so in order to finish one, you have to finish another. But if the quest you need to finish is broken, it breaks the quest you're trying to finish, you know? So I really wish the quests weren't interconnected. I think that just causes a lot of problems in this game. Was there something right behind me about to kill me? We run out of quests yet? think so. Alright, well, let's jump back up to main quest then. Look at all this. All these I just went through, and with the exception of maybe one that I just don't feel like completing. No, 3. There's 3 here that I don't feel like completing. The rest of these quests, all these quests here, cannot be finished because of some glitch in the game. Lame. Lame! Oh man, and those big stone golems are back? Oh, I didn't know that. Jeez. I think I need to just find a way to do some leveling up. But since so many of these quests are broken, I'm just gonna have to do it through good old-fashioned exploration. It is, June 10th, 2016, the Friday just before E3. It's been a long time since I played this game. I just got tired of it because my ability to gain experience was really hampered by the fact that about a dozen of these quests are broken, and those by far give you more experience more quickly than just going around killing enemies. So a lot of these quests are broken, but yet I'm not powerful enough to go take on kind of like the end game. So I'm going to get back in here and see if I can find a solution to that problem, maybe using the alchemy system to just like buff myself up to take on some harder material until I can get some XP for it. Okay, I'm getting to the point where, I mean, look at this guy. This guy can really take some health out of me. Boom! That's a lot. He hits me 2-3 times, I'm toast. But me doing damage to him, pretty tough. And what I want to be is like a wizard, like a magic user that like can be a glass cannon, you know, that can get killed really easily, but does a ton of damage. And it's just like, it's just taken way too much to kill these guys. And so it's getting to the point where combat is actually becoming a bit of a chore. It's not, I don't feel empowered anymore. You know, like I said, I hit that wall where because of so many broken quests, I can't earn experience fast enough to go where I want to go and finish up the game, really. Oh, who's behind me? Oh, crap. Who are these guys? Oh, jeez. Oh, my gosh. Okay, well, can fire you... Oh, see, look at that. Look how little damage I do. Now watch, this guy's gonna do wallop damage on me. Boom! Yeah, see? I'm in the wrong part of town. So I'm seriously considering using cheats. There are cheats that are actually built into this game, and they disable achievements, which is just a minor bummer. I'm not normally an achievements guy, but I kind of told myself that this time around I would really try to get some of those achievements, and I think I ended up cheating the last time too, toward the end of the game, and I just forgot why. And I think this was why, because I was just getting frickin' impatient. And look at that, I'm out of mana now, so... And I've only got so many mana potions. I think there is like an altar around here, but then I gotta run around to altars to do myself up. And I could respec my guy and go like the fighter route and probably have more luck, but that's what I played the first time through this game. So I really wanted to play this game through as a mage and, you know, just enjoy kind of the explosive power that comes from being a mage. So I think in order to feel that at the end game here, I'm gonna have to cheat. Alright. Now I got a total of 666 wisdom. Or mana or something. Oh man, that didn't do anything. Oh man, so I clearly need to be even more ridiculously powerful. I've got over 1,000 willpower now, come on. There we go, that's a little better. Oh wait. No, that's still weak sauce. And my mana is going down like nobody's business. Jeez, I still don't feel powerful enough. And now, come on game, come on. There you go. This game, the novelty's worn off. Even coming back to it, I took a break for a while, and even now, it's... I don't know, man. I might have to step away from this game for a long time again. Now, as I understand it, all these glitches and problems that I'm... having
are not an issue on the PC version. Like, users have patched it so to remove these problems. And I think the game also runs a lot better as well. But I want to play with a gamepad. And I think even though it has... I've seen somebody play it with a gamepad, but I think when you get to menu navigation, you still have to use like a mouse. I could be wrong on that, I'm not sure. But you can get this game really cheap on PC. Alright, I haven't touched this game in a while. I just got really tired of the level cap, or the experience cap that I found myself in, since so many of the quests were broken and I couldn't finish them, so I started kind of like cheating, and then I got tired of even cheating, and now I just want to see if I can kind of beeline my way to the end of this game and finish this playthrough. That's kind of what I'm feeling. That's why I've been avoiding it, because I felt like, geez, I don't know. Oh boy, you know, now that I'm back in this game after being away from it for a while, I'm suddenly really enjoying it again. I was assuming this was going to be really painful. That feeling will probably kick in again soon. But right now I'm suddenly like, oh, I remember how magical this feels. I told myself I was going to make a beeline for the end of the game, but I find myself wanting to go inside of this dungeon. It's that itch to explore that's coming back to me.
Very friendly.
It is a compelling itch that yearns to be scratched. Yeah, I must have just needed a break from this one for a while, because coming back to it now, I'm like, why did I ever put this game down? This feels so good. And I can't even explain it. Alright, I now have all of the relics. It is time to approach Gandohar to advance the plot.
Tell me, how fares your mission? Have you found all 5 parts of the relic?
Whoa, 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 whoa. Nay, not yet. 'Twill take time. I have all of them.
Then I will not do... Have you seen... Nay.
What the crap am I missing?
Tell me, how fares your mission? Have you found all 5 parts of the relic?
Yes! Good, okay. So I don't know what the glitch was. It said I didn't have them, but then when I opened up my menu, they automatically attached themselves, the elements, to the relic frame. This game is frickin' glitchy as all get out. Alright, but it looks like we'll be able to finish it.
You said you are beholden to Kira, that you owe her something. I must now ask you for something.
If this something does not require me to betray my masters, I will consider it. What do you have in mind?
You and no one else shall bring Kira to me when I demand that she be brought to me. We had an agreement. I have done my part.
We shall decide that. Show me the relic.
First, Kira. Release her, or say farewell to your trinket.
You're making a bad mistake. Bring the girl.
My sister would wear something a little more conservative.
You may keep the relic, but we shall leave now. Do not try to stop us.
You have forgotten something.
The Azeroth matter concerns me no more. Do as you wish. 'Tis of no import to me.
If that is so...
Why am I laying down?
You would resist us. Disguise was our only option. We had to give you the illusion of choice.
Isn't that what all video games do?
Your sister's destiny is to be the new home for Azeroth. Her soul will now be able to sustain such a burden.
We must speak with you.
Do you feel better?
But I believe I am alive. Who are you?
My name is Baylor.
We were hoping to find Rist and his group here, but we found only you.
'Twas Gandohar. He played the part of the friend, then showed his true colors. He fooled me well.
All right, this is final castle time. So we're going there, baby, yeah.
You have destroyed our defenses, but you are too late to save your sister. Gandohar has already opened the tomb.
Get out of my way.
I have my orders. No one gets into this castle unless it's over my dead body.
Oh, dang! Oh, finally, I did something. Good gravy. Alright. This is gonna take forever to kill this dude. Die, punk! Die, punk! Die, punk! Die, punk! Alright. Ooh, ominous.
Your sister is very strong. She will be magnificent as the new Azeral. The transformation is almost complete. As a god, Kira will be immortal. The ancients need her, and they need you too. You have been given a chance. Do not ignore it.
I'm ready to end this. I don't need another giant boss fight or whatever. So, if this means a better life for Kira, and for Pater Franson, then let it happen. I agree.
You betrayed us all. May your soul burn in the netherworld.
Get rid of this offer.
Oh, so I do have to fight. There is a final fight either way? Oh, crap, that sucks. Alright. Yeah, baby. We are evil. And that's it. That is it. Alright, yeah, let's see the other ending. Alright. Now I choose to be good.
You have wasted so many chances. 'Tis not the first time that you have disappointed me.
But 'twill be the last.
I have had enough of you.
Oh. Alright, let's see, what kind of damage does this guy do? Here, take a shot. Boom! Oh, man. Dude, he barely did anything to me. Oh my gosh. Is he really gonna be that much of a pushover? There he goes. That can't be it. Oh yeah, sure, I'll take that. That's cool. Wow. That was really it, huh? Or maybe he's gonna change into something.
One day, you will see the truth.
Dude, your sidekick was so much more powerful than you.
The building is empty. We can pass the night here. Kira?
That took a long time.
What?
How do you feel?
We have ridden too long. I was exhausted, but I feel better now.
We shall find a place of rest eventually. I promise you.
That was weird. In the good ending, what, there was some kind of like a time warp? And I went back and instead of her getting kidnapped, she wasn't kidnapped this time? Or what? Or... the bad ending actually makes more... it's more satisfying somehow. I feel like it advances the story at least. This one just kind of hits the reset button and... I don't understand from a story standpoint, like, what just happened. I didn't know there was any potential time travel magic involved in any of this. That's really weird. Well, anyway, there you have it. Done! And I completed it in about 31 hours. Close to 32. You know, I'll give it this. It knows what kind of game it is, you know? It... well, maybe it doesn't. The ending makes it seem like they don't care about story. And I feel like that's how a game like this should be. I mean, you know, good to have some story in there to kind of, you know, have a framework to build the activities around, but really it's an open world game that's just about going and doing stuff in a big sandbox fantasy world, crafting and making potions, and I like the crafting systems in this game. I love the loot progression. There's so much about this game that I really love, and I put it down for a while because I was getting kind of tired, I think, of the cycle, but when I picked it up for this last session, like a parting gift, I was reminded of all the things that I really enjoy about this game. There were some things that I wanted to get into. I wanted to explore more. I wanted to find out more about the orc religion. There was just some curious things about that, and I wanted to get into necromancy. I do think there's a game save I have on here that's before I put the cheats in place, so I think I might go back to that game save at some point. At least I'm going to hang on to it, so that if I want to get into this world again, I can, and kind of explore some of the things that I didn't get into as deeply with this playthrough. But for the foreseeable future, that is my playthrough of Two Worlds. I hope you got something out of it. I certainly got some stuff out of it. That was fun. Alright, that's it for now. Thanks for watching.
Do you like games? I like games. Do you like games too? I like games too. I like games too.